we are doing a huge closet clean out because let me tell you, it's just getting a little crazy. Yeah? Can we agree? So I've actually already cleaned out my shoes. There's a much less of them. That's a lot less than I used to have. I used to not even have enough room for all my shoes to be out. I had to like stack them down there. We're approaching the new year. We need a fresh start. I want to try on all these pieces. My new vibe in mind. What we do have to do is go to the car and sort through the items. But that is the one thing I've been procrastinating since the closet sale in October. I think the closet sale was October 21st. It is officially November 23rd. So a full month that my trunk has been full of clothes. Let's ignore the fact that I'm going to look really bummy this whole video, please. Not everyone can look fabulous all the time. Let's start with the skirts. This is a DIY, actually. What do we think of this skirt? Moto boots is super slay. The cutie patootiness with like a little sweater even in the winter and fall. Cute. This is one of my favorite little white mini skirts from Princess Polly. I need to grab this in more colors. Like, I forget just how iconic she is. Keep. Okay, so this next skirt is from Revolve and it is such a good skirt. I just can't decide if I want it to be a high-waisted moment or low-waisted. It's a little big if I try to make it high-waisted, but if I pull it low, then it's long. So she's kind of a mystery. I love that it's so simple and it can go with literally anything. So she's a keep. Oh, it's just so hard. This is like the perfect little athletic skirt and it's got shorts under. I think I'm gonna have to keep this one. Los Angeles Apparel. They have a bunch of colors of these. They're just perfect. This is good for like walking around too, but you wanna wear a skirt because the perps have nothing to look at. Love it. This skirt is adorable. It's a little pleated white skirt. Very different than the other ones, right? I need to keep her. She's from Revolve. This Revolve items will be in my Revolve favorites if they're still in stock. Fifth skirt that I'm keeping. So I feel like we need to X-nay one of the skirts. These two skirts are pretty similar. This one, so hard. I don't know because this one's giving athletic. This one's giving like I could wear it formally. I'm gonna keep both of them. I'm sorry. I'm really bad at this game. Next skirt. She's a thrifted find. Yeah, I think you guys would agree with me here that this one needs to stay in the family. We're keeping this one. I'm really bad at this game. I'm sorry. All right, next skirt is my first donation. Not because it's not cute or comfy. In fact, the more I'm talking about it, the more I want to keep it. Not me convincing myself to keep it. Right now, I'm like trying to get back to a lot of the pieces that I'm obsessed with. And this isn't a piece that I'm going to re-wear multiple ways. I'm going to post it. This skirt is from a boutique. I'm kind of on the fence about it. I do have another sweater skirt, so I think we're gonna have to like test them out. Next skirt is from the same boutique actually, but this one is like full coverage. It could be worn low-waisted, which like is a big thing for me because I don't really love high-waisted things anymore. But this one is like more wearable, I would say. And I think I prefer this sweater skirt over this one, so I think we're gonna post this. I love this skirt, super girly. I changed it to a bra because I'm gonna do tops here soon. We're gonna speed round through the skirts and I'm only gonna shit talk the skirts that I'm not gonna keep. If you are looking to clean out your closet for 2024 and revamp your style, here are some tips that you should use and things that I kept in mind while doing this closet clean out. First, you really want to keep in mind exactly what it is you are trying to do. What is your ideal style? What decades influence you? Are there any celebrities you love their style? What's your lifestyle like, or what do you want your lifestyle to be? And what lights you up when you put it on? What gets you excited to get dressed? And what do you mainly gravitate to currently when you're shopping or getting dressed? Keep this all in mind while you're trying everything on. For me personally, I love the 80s, 90s, and and early 2000s aesthetics. I also love really feminine silhouettes and colors and details, but I also love to balance it out with really masculine, oversized pieces as well. Also, keep in mind your environment and your daily lifestyle. If you live in a really warm climate like California or Arizona, you probably don't need to stock up and keep a ton of coats. If you are in a city that's very walkable, you probably don't need to keep a huge collection of heels. Also, keep in mind what styles have maintained true and consistent in your life for the longest. For example, ever since middle school, I have loved like Sperry's and preppy styles, blazers, button-up shirts, and even to this day, it makes up a huge majority of my closet. Therefore, if I invest money into these pieces, I know that in the long run, they will likely be the ones to stick around. And before getting rid of anything, try to be creative and think of any ways that you can adjust it just slightly to make it fit with your ideal outcome. We took a little lunch break, but here are all the skirts that we are purging. I think that's a good amount, especially because there's still more in the car. But I think next category we're gonna do is tops, because I have a lot of tops. Some of them are really similar to each other and I don't know if they all fit. Usually when I go through my closet, I don't try everything on. I'm just kind of going off memory. So we're gonna try everything on. Another element of cleaning out you should keep in mind is what colors do you feel best in, do you look best in, and bring out your best features. I love white because it makes my tan skin pop, and also now that I have cowboy copper hair, I feel like it's a beautiful contrast. I would highly suggest trying to do some research on what your season is, and what this is going to do is give you a pre-selected group of color tones and color ranges that will look best on you and bring out all your features, your hair, your skin, your teeth, your eyes, everything. People always say that I look so glowy and so bright when I wear orange. I think that means I am a bright spring or a bright winter. I have yet to actually figure it out. I tend to gravitate to bright oranges, bright blues, pinks, and reds, and every time I wear those colors, people compliment my skin and my face and my teeth, and that is how you know a color really suits you. Check it out. Of course, you don't have to only wear these colors, but it might help you feel a lot better in the clothes you do wear. I'm a huge believer that you should wear anything and everything you want, no matter your size, height, weight, or shape. But if you do have an asset that you want to show off a little bit more, be it your arms, your chest, your waist, your hips, your butt, make sure that you are leaning into that with your silhouettes. I obviously love my tatas. They're nice and big and juicy, and I paid for them and I want to show them off. So I do like to show off my cleavage a lot, as you can see from all these tops. On the opposite end of the spectrum, I feel like my calves and my quads are a little unproportionate to my thighs. So until I build up my quads and my calves with muscle, I tend to wear really baggy, oversized jeans so that they look a little bit more even. So with these things in mind, cleaning out my closet and purchasing, I know exactly what I want to emphasize and what I want to distract from. The next tip should be a given. Have you worn this item? Do you plan on wearing it in the future? And how many times do you think you will wear it and style it in a different way? I have so many items that I wear on a weekly basis, and at the very same time, I have pieces I haven't even worn in the last year. So with that in mind, get rid of what's not serving you anymore. Just because you no longer love something doesn't mean someone else won't. So definitely suggest posting your pieces on Poshmark if they are in decent quality. All these pieces have been sold, but I will make sure to do these semi-regularly. I am fortunate enough to get to play with clothes as a job. I make these pieces super affordable so that you guys can also take part of the fun. Shameless plug, but I will link my Poshmark down below. Many months later, I started cleaning out my closet in November and it is now January. So welcome to the long-awaited closet tour. I obviously cleaned out a ton of stuff. I feel like I have so much more space, especially for shoes. I used to not even have enough room for all of my shoes that I had to put them like under my clothes. This is the view that you see pretty much in every TikTok video. I used to have my pants on these pant hangers, which if you don't know the story, I actually used to work at H&M as a visual merchandiser, and the flagship stores were sent these hangers for the designer collabs, but because of COVID we weren't doing them, so they gave them away and I scored so many hangers. I ended up actually deciding hanging my jeans on these velvet hangers from Target. They still look really cohesive and clean with the rest of my white wooden hangers, but these carry the weight a little bit better. I can also flatten them out. Big tip for keeping your closet organized is to make sure that when you put stuff away, you're like tucking it nicely instead of just shoving it in. Also obviously color coordinating and finger spacing. Also making sure that like the hanger hooks are all directioned the same way. That makes your closet look really clean when you first walk in. You also want to make sure that all your pants or all your clothing is in a similar position. So for example, my jeans are all on the furthest corner of the hanger, making sure that they're all in unison. For my skirts, you want to make sure that they all match up. So you see how this one's hook is a little bit further in. I want to stretch that out because what that does is it balances out the weight so that they're all hanging in a similar position versus like this. So they need to all be at the same balance. Levi's and Girlfriend denim are the best jeans ever. I have some that are thrifted. It's Lola, Abercrombie, Hollister, Classy Network. And then under that, we have my long sleeve shirts. I actually played around with sorting my long sleeve shirts by category. So like collared shirts, sweaters, and just regular long sleeves. Ultimately, I've decided that my brain likes it when it's all in one big rainbow versus like separate little rainbows, if that makes sense. If they're all kind of mixed in here, my winter, my summer, my fall, at least it's all out and I can see and not forget about anything. I have some stuff from Aritzia, Revolve, Miss Lola, H&M, Pretty Little Thing, White Fox, PacSun. Obviously, I don't want to go over everything I have. In general, where I get my tops. Some tips for the tops is, again, you kind of want to finger space them. One of the biggest things I learned from working as a visual merchandiser is milking the shirts. So let me show you what that means. You want to take all your sleeves and you want to kind of like stack them up. You want to milk them with your hands and like stack them up so that they are not really hidden or tucked behind one another, and you can just lay them flat however you want. You see everything and nothing is like really tucked behind anything else, but that just makes, here, I'm gonna do it to the whole thing. Ta-da! It looks instantly so much better, and I didn't even actually organize anything more than it already was. And I know not everyone has time for this. I'm just giving you tips on how to make your closet more visually and aesthetically appealing. I have my boots up there, obviously going from black to blue, red, and brown, and I have a few more here, and down here I have my high heels. A lot of my shoes are Miss Lola. Miss Lola has the best shoes. Steve Madden, Pretty Little Thing, vintage and thrifted shoes, as well as from Revolve. So that is this area that you guys see all the time. Over here I have dresses, and I have them categorized from long sleeve to short sleeve, color coding, and then organizing by strap thickness. So I go from spaghetti strap to like a thicker strap to a collar to a turtleneck. With these shirts, there's a lot of varying factors: fabric, length, thickness, weight. So it's going to look a little bit more chaotic than the jeans, where a lot of jeans and pants are similar material, similar length, similar width. In order to kind of appease that, I organize it by length. Also, the finger spacing, all the straps are hanging at the same position. So I tuck them all under here. That way, even though they're all very different shirts, they look very similar on the hanger. For my skirts, because again, skirts can vary in length and shape and thickness and all this stuff, I try to organize them by skirt length. So they go from the shortest to the longest, shortest to the longest, shortest to the longest. And when I have a skirt like this where it's a maxi, I actually fold it up a couple times so that it is kind of like the same length as my minis. I just repeat the same organizational methods. And a lot of my skirts are from Revolve, H&M, more Revolve. Princess Polly has my favorite skirt. That's really all that's over here. So over here are my dresses, and another category that looks a little bit more chaotic because I don't have that many dresses to be able to split them up in the way that I do like tops between long sleeve and short sleeve. So both long sleeve and short sleeve are all in the same little nook. So what I did here is I did separate it by length, and I did like the rainbow within the length. The reason I did that is because the spaghetti straps or the short sleeve dresses were getting lost in the long sleeve, and so I was forgetting about a lot of my items. So this just helps me see everything. And because this is a smaller area of the closet, it is hard to keep them finger spaced because they're really smushed in there. So I don't mind, it's fine. It's an area of my closet that doesn't get seen even by me. Like when I walk in here, the first thing I see is probably the most clean area. So yeah. And we don't have any shoes up there because I cleaned out so many shoes, and I'm so proud. Behind the door that is usually open so that I can film, I have this shoe organizer, super unaesthetic, super cheap. So I just have them behind the door. Like, where is this clog? I need to find her because she's iconic. Over here we have the outerwear, which you guys should have seen it. Maybe I did show it. I can't even remember what I filmed and what I didn't film. But in the clean out process, I pretty much donated or sold half of my jacket. Over here in this little front section, I actually have a separate section for my jumpsuits and rompers and little boleros and cute like thin light jackets that I can work out in, because this is actually my little lounge chest. This is a chest I got from IKEA, and I keep all my comfy cozy lounge stuff in here and my workout clothes. So this is the area that I go to when I'm about to work out. I grab a sports bra, a legging, a light jacket, or maybe I'll grab a jumpsuit and a jacket. There's also crews, sweatpants, and just more comfy cozy sets in here. A lot of my jackets are Revolve or vintage, Miss Lola, Zara, Pretty Little Thing, boutiques. I think outerwear is one of my favorite categories to thrift because you can always find really good quality leather pieces, unique pieces. So that was my closet declutter and closet tour. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really just needed a full reset, and I feel better now that it's cleaner in here. Everything flows, everything fits. I can actually grab things. At one point I couldn't even put clothes on the rail because it just was so stuffed. And obviously I'm super grateful that this is my job. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching and supporting and subscribing and having fun with me and playing dress up with me. I love what I do. I love you guys. I love our community, and I'm just so excited for everything that is to come. But anyways, I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!